Hello everybody, welcome to my garden. Although it's a little bit windy outside, I'm gonna try to explain a little bit of our story. We bought this property 2 years ago and started building up the house. Finished it, or almost finished it, building up the house. And this year was the first season that I tried something in our garden. It's not much going on because I was just so excited that I just wanted to put some seeds in the ground and get something going. But I'll show you what's happening now at the end of the very first season. Yeah. Aw, look at that. I wish you could smell this really sweet sense of basilicum and green peppers and even tomatoes. I mean, if you just go with the hand and touch the leaves, they just smell so nice, and I love that. I'm a little bit sick right now and I can't really get the whole sense of it, but I love being in a garden and getting all this input that the garden gives me. It's just a tiny little thing, I know, is gonna get developed, and I'm gonna grow the exact same type of patience that the garden has with me. I'm gonna try to grow it and nurture it next year even more. So guys, I'm gonna start picking up some tomatoes. So I'm gonna start with the red ones, or little reddish ones, and then I'm gonna go for the green ones. Actually, these are the ones that I want the most. As I'm saying, I'm willing to do this salty pickle Romanian recipe from my grandma, and you need the green ones for that. It's gonna stay in salty water for 1.5 months or 2 months almost, and then it's gonna taste really good, and my kids love it. In this bed that I'm right now sitting on, I experimented some stuff. I planted some tomatoes, like this is a bad one. Some tomatoes in this corner, and then I let it grow, and it went over the whole thing. And even here we had some pumpkin, 2 pieces. I put 2 seeds in the ground, and it went over this thing, and it's actually around the whole bed growing. And we had really weird kind of pumpkins, it used to be, should have been like a flowery kind of thing, that a round thing would look like a flower, and it turned out to be like a buttercup pumpkin, which it went really big like that. And we had a couple of those, really tasty, very buttery kind of. So I assumed that's a buttercup pumpkin, as the name of it was saying, Tiana, whatever that means. So yeah, I'm gonna pick all these wild tomatoes now that I have here on the ground all over the place. I know I should have built some stuff for it, which I didn't. But I'm gonna get everything and put it in a glass with salty water, and it's gonna taste so good in the winter time, I'm telling you. These are, I think, cherry tomatoes. I'm not sure, but it looks like that. Like, look at this one on top of it. It looks so tiny. It has those tiny little things. It looks like cherry tomato. Like I'm saying now, we have really bad weather, and it's not gonna go green, no matter what we're doing. It's really cold, and actually in 1 week we're gonna get frost and ice coming, which means that my whole garden is gonna die anyways. So I'm trying to pick up all the green stuff. Look at that. Hello, what was that? Did you see that? I'm gonna pick up all the green ones now. Everything that I'm getting, I'm gonna get out and put it in a glass for the winter times. And hopefully I'm gonna get the chance to have the same tasty type of recipe that my grandma has. But I'm gonna call her, and I'm sure she's gonna give me the right amount of salt and stuff I have to do with it, so it gets as tasty as it does when she does it. In the corner where I had these 2 planters with each like 2 tomatoes planted in, one of them got broken. Did you see that? This is outside, and we had a storm, and it was huge. It was actually to here. It was actually the biggest and the heaviest. It got ripped off, and we have now just half of it, which is fine. And now we have those here. This plant gave us a lot of tomatoes this year, like a lot of them. The problem that I have, like I'm saying, with the weather here in Germany is that they don't get that much sun. You know, they're in the right spot in the garden, but they don't get that much. So next year I'm gonna try to do something else. I'm gonna switch something. I'm gonna plant them next to the house. So I'm hoping the house gives them a little bit of warmth and they grow a little faster, and they also get probably reddish or redder, get the color, you know what I mean. So now I'm gonna just pick all of them, and I'm gonna call my grandma and see what she says. I'm gonna bring this in and make the recipe that I told you about, and I'm gonna keep you updated with what's gonna happen in our garden this winter in order to prepare for the next year. So what I'm planning to do now is I'm planning to take this green tomatoes and I'm gonna chop them and drop them in the garden, like you've seen the chaos area where the other tomatoes were and so on. I'm gonna just take all the vegetables, all the plants out of the ground and chop them and just throw them all over the place on the ground, because it gets the best mulch and the best actually vitamins for the soil. And I am going to later on, maybe in 2 weeks, we're gonna bring way more humus and better dirt in the garden, so we can develop that corner that I just showed you. That was a big chaos. It was a chaos on purpose. I mean, it's right under a huge tree. You don't know that, but it's right under a huge tree, and you get all these leaves and branches falling from the tree also, which I think is natural and is cute, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So thanks for watching. Bye.